Hi, I wanted to ask you some questions about cannabis and why you use it, and if you are familiar with the endocannabinoid system. So, hi.
Hi, my name is Marco Akil. I'm 72 years old. I was born in the transition period of the last century from civil rights to anti-war. I was born in Oakland. I was part of the movement for civil rights. I've demonstrated, I've been a part of groups that fought for justice and equality for everybody, doing the so-called black struggle and black identity. And in my time, I've used cannabis. You say we roll a joint, get high and get over it. But as a recreational drug, I believe it should have been legal all the time, because if you're going to have alcohol and cigarettes selling from the stores, which are the worst drugs in the world, and people die from that more than anything else, even more than heroin and cocaine. But for medicinal and health purposes, it should have been open a long time ago to use the science to analyze, the benefits of cannabis.
Do you know, could you tell me why you use cannabis? What's the benefits for you?
Well, I don't recreationally smoke like I did when I was young, and right now, like I came here today to get some cream for my wife because she has serious arthritis, and see, that's what I'm talking about, which is not an invasive drug like painkillers that attack your liver and kidneys and all that kind of thing. So this is what our current use is about.
How did you know to use the topical? How did you know that information? How did you learn about that and the benefits?
Well, we had a neighbor that was using it, and she claimed, and she had arthritis in a lot of places. She said that was the only thing that was helping soothe her pain without, taking, heavy painkillers and all that kind of thing. So we would prefer not to take the painkillers and use what is safer and essentially more natural and doesn't harm the body.
Are you able to talk to your healthcare provider about your usage of cannabinoids?
Oh yeah, actually, the doctor gave an okay for us to even, buy and smoke marijuana and all that kind of thing, because the medical community understands. Now, we can abuse anything. I mean, when I was in my late teens, in my 20s, we would wake up, I must have been practically walking around high all day. And I was going to school and everything else. And, I look back on those days, and there was a lot of pressure because of what was going on socially, the fear of the draft, guys going to Vietnam, the pressure of, like in the decade of the 60s, when I was 13, they killed the president. When I was 14, they killed Malcolm X. When I was 18, they killed Martin Luther King and Bobby Kennedy. And it was all, and then Muhammad Ali was standing for actually the rights of a lot of people, saying that it was an unjust war, and why should we go over there to fight and die for a political cause or whatever that was, and kill other people that we don't even know, that have never called us a nigger, or even we have no relationship with that kind of stuff. So it was an unjust war, and it was a lot of things that came along at that time. Cesar Chavez and the farm labor movement,
Did you find cannabis useful then?
Very, I have to say, because it was stressful. It was so stressful, and to keep yourself calm enough to navigate through the system, because I was deemed to be, I was in a special program, now deemed to be one of the black people that could read well enough and go to college and all this. And there was a lot of guys and a lot of other black people that were coming up then that didn't have an opportunity. And if you remember, at that time, that's when the Great Society program started all these grants and, you know, federal student loans, which turned into an industry to keep people